Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. This is Daniel here with Value Investing with Daniel. I'm going to show you right now a very simple and fast thing that you can do to help you evaluate management. And this is personally what I do to evaluate management in a company. So when I'm looking at a company, management's usually one of the last things that I look at. Most of the time, like I say, in previous videos, 99% of companies don't even get this far. But if they get to this point, that means that they pass a lot of my other screeners. They're making a lot of money and so forth, and they don't have a lot of debt, and the valuation seems not that bad, and the price doesn't, seems fair. And when that happens, I look at management. And when I look at management, my favorite thing to do personally is I use Glassdoor. Why? It gives me the reviews from employees of the company, people who are inside the company, who are working there. It lets me know what they think, what they feel about the company, what they feel about the managers, what they feel about the CEO, what they feel about the future prospects of the business, how happy they are, how satisfied they are. I mean, your employees are really your lifeblood in a company. So if your employees are unhappy, if they say the CEO is no good, if they say that there's no long-term prospects, I'm not investing. I am not investing in a company like that. So this is a quick thing that you can basically do. And basically all that it involves is you go to Glassdoor, right? And on Glassdoor, you click on reviews. So I'm looking at this company, Fastenal. You click on reviews, and you can see here how many people left the review. Like 4,000 people left a review. 87% approve of the CEO. In my opinion, I'm only looking for companies where at least 80% or 75% of the people approve of the CEO. Because this means that they're real employees, and Glassdoor has a way of verifying that you actually work for the company. So the company can't boost their own ratings through spam. So it has to be actual employees, and you can see here, companies can't alter or remove reviews, which is good. So 87% approve of the CEO. That's a really good sign. Okay. The second thing I do is I click on here and I look to see positive business outlook. So less than 2/3, so like 1 out of every 3 employees, basically more than 1 out of every 3 employees is saying that the company does not have a good business outlook. And you can see what the trend is here. I generally am only looking for companies where a lot of the employees are very happy. They approve of the CEO and they say that the business has a good outlook. So this is one strategy you can use to help you screen out companies. And like I say, this is what I do at the end, basically. When I think the company has good future prospects. I think that the company's selling, let's say, at a fair price and whatever. And I'm not saying that that's the case for Fastenal, but I just picked it randomly here, but this is definitely a way that you can evaluate, companies' management in a very quick way, because this is the employees that are saying this stuff. They know these managers better than I would. So I look at the sort of business outlook. I look at the, what the employees are saying about everything, how they approve of the CEO, and these are all very important points. And I also look at the trend by scrolling down here and seeing what's kind of going on, compensation, how happy they are, and so forth. In addition to that, there's some other very important metrics. You won't find it on Glassdoor, obviously. But looking at how the management allocates its capital through its return on invested capital and return on capital employed, how it maintains its profit margins and reinvests the money into the business and the acquisitions, and if they're buying shares, all those are also additional important things that you got to pay attention to. But as a sort of shorthand way, you can look at Glassdoor and see what the employees are saying about the management, and that'll give you good clues. So if the employees are very happy, like I've seen CEOs where they got like a 95% approval rating and 90% of the employees think that the business has a good future outlook. I mean, that's a really good sign in my opinion. So you can use Glassdoor as a sort of shortcut to evaluate your management. It's a lot better, in my opinion, than listening to interviews with management, because they're ultimately good salespeople. And if we're just listening to interviews, we might get tricked. But the employees are the ones who deal with these managers on a regular basis. So Glassdoor is a good tool, but remember, don't just use it in isolation. Also look at things like the return on invested capital, the return on capital employed, the return on equity, the company's profit margins, and so forth, and the acquisitions that the company's making, and so forth. The management salaries and other things. Some managers are wildly overcompensated, basically overpaid, and so you should look at other things. But Glassdoor is definitely a good place to start. So I hope you found this video informative. Please like and subscribe.